Hello, ISO colleagues. I'm Akira Ono, an ISO expert from the Japanese National Committee. Dr. Takeo Ebina and I are working on a proposal for an ISO guide, which we plan to submit to TMB, the Technical Management Board. Today, we want to share our preliminary proposal and invite ISO technical committees to collaborate on this guide. It focuses on emerging advanced materials, a field many ISO technical committees are already working on in standardization. It will give project leaders and experts in ISO practical guidance on developing standards for these materials. Emerging advanced materials are newly developed with unique properties and high performances. We are talking about things like nanomaterials, composite, biomaterials, high-performance metals, and other innovative materials. Standardization plays a key role in ensuring consistency, reliability, and comparability, helping industries adopt and commercialize these materials more smoothly. But when it comes to emerging advanced materials, standardization isn't as straightforward as it is for well-established materials. It comes with its own challenges due to their novelty and evolving nature. Thus, standardization for emerging materials require an alternative approach rather than that used for established materials. This table compares emerging advanced materials with established materials. For emerging materials, there is a wide range of potential applications, but they are often not yet well defined because their markets are still evolving. In contrast, applications of established materials are clearly defined in mature markets. When it comes to measurement method and procedures, they are often still under development for emerging materials, whereas they are mostly standardized for established materials. As a result, standardization efforts for emerging advanced materials are conducted rather independent within each technical committee, while for established materials they usually follow common frameworks. So, what types of standards are appropriate for emerging materials and established materials? This table compares two types of standards. One type is material specification standards for well-established materials, which define allowable ranges of characteristic values. This type of standards work effectively for steel and other materials. However, this type of standard cannot be directly applied to emerging materials due to their challenges arising from the novelty and evolving nature. The other type is testing standards, which specify characteristics to be measured and their measurement protocols. This type of standards helps emerging materials adapt to challenging and uncertain conditions by excluding defining fixed characteristic values. This proposed guide helps ISO project leaders and experts develop testing standards for emerging advanced materials by providing comprehensive and consistent methodologies. This figure illustrates typical standardization processes for emerging materials and established materials. Each process begins with specifying target materials to be standardized and ends with establishing material certifications. For established materials, usually material specification standards can be directly applied based on their well-defined characteristics and validated measurement protocols. In contrast, the process for emerging materials relies on testing standards, which focuses on measurements of material characteristics by using specified measurement protocols. This type of standards accommodate advancing technologies and evolving markets, while material specifications are not standardized, remaining proprietary. However, over time, as technologies become mature and market stabilize, emerging materials step-by-step approach to established ones. Ultimately, both proprietary material specifications and testing standards are incorporated into a greater single material specification standards. This figure shows typical steps involved in developing a testing standard, which will be described in more detail within the guide. It highlights the main tasks to be implemented and how to integrate them to achieve the overall goal. The process starts with market survey and literature review, then identifies key issues, defines the scope, specifies the items to be standardized, and finalizes the overall scheme, then eventually reaches the goal. Key strategies and tactics are included along the way. A typical market growth with time is shown in this figure. During the growing process, standardization plays key roles. For established materials, it can start with setting material specification standards. However, for emerging advanced materials, as mentioned before, testing standards should come first before the material specification standards. These standards contribute to market growth in the early stages of material development. Following these, material specification and certification, help further expand the markets. We believe that many ISO technical committees are engaged with emerging advanced materials. The listed TCs are invited to collaborate on developing the proposed guide. A draft guide is provided for your review. Thank you very much for your attention, and we look forward to working with you